Hi, I'm Kerry Lord from TOFT. This video forms part of a series to accompany the Edwards Crochet kits, patterns and books. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do branching. So this is a technique that's used in Donna the Reindeer's antlers, also in Logan the Moose's antlers. Antlers generally is when it's used. What it is to create an organic shape. So what we're doing is you usually crocheted a stem to begin with. So you've started crocheting from a chain stitch and you've crocheted a hollow tube. And what we're aiming to do to create an antler is to shoot a piece off the side, then rejoin to the main stem, crochet a bit more, shoot another piece off the side. So it's creating a lovely organic shape without having to make all the bits separately and then sew them together. So before a branch, what it will usually tell you to do is you'll be working loads of stitches. So follow your pattern as it states, but usually it will be telling you to say double crochet 3 or 4 into one stitch. So you're piling loads and loads of stitches into a couple of stitches. And what that's doing is creating enough stitches for you to be able to break that bit off the side. What it will then say when you've finished the instruction, it will say branch 6 stitches, for example. What you need to do is to count backwards from where you are, the 6. So you never count this live one that's on your hook, so you ignore that one. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's the 6th one there, backwards from where you are. Now what you can do is always pop a little marker in there if you want to, so you know you've counted your 6 stitches backwards. That can be quite helpful if we are going to branch a lot of stitches rather than just 6. Then what you need to do to branch 6 stitches off, we're going to close the work up like that and we're going to cross to the other side. So you need to turn your work, because what we're going to do is we're going to double crochet into that stitch there, the one that we marked, the one that's 6 stitches backwards, but we must make sure that we're going into the right side of the fabric rather than the wrong side. So if you've marked it from where you are like that, close the work, turn it around and then double crochet into that 6th stitch there on the right side. There we go. So that's you double crocheting that first one in, and then you'll carry on working that little round, because what you've done is you've been working a big round, you've crossed across the middle of the round to create this little offshoot that you then work as a branch. So let me just work this for a few stitches so we've got a little bit coming off. Follow the pattern as instructed to how many rounds, and you're probably going to be doing a little bit of decreasing or maybe even increasing with the Peary Caribou antlers, just to get the right shape. Then what you'll be doing is snipping that, so cut that off and then get ready to rejoin. So what you've done your main branch, you've shot that little bit off on the side, and then what you need to do is rejoin this yarn, and you're going to be rejoining it in the next stitch that you would have worked had you still been working that original round, which for this one would be the branch would be over there, and you'd be rejoining on that next stitch along. So pop your hook into that one, slip stitch into place, and then you can go about rejoining and work again. There's 2 ways really when you rejoin. You can double crochet into that first one, or you can chain up and choose to double crochet into the second one. The reason why that's not in the pattern is because it tends to become very complicated for a beginner if all these different stitches are stated. You create exactly the same effect really with whichever way suits you. So you can slip stitch and chain, or you can double crochet straight into that first stitch. When you hit this one, which would be the last, let me just pull this yarn out of the way so you can see it properly. This would be the last stitch of that round. You're going to need to cross across your branch, so you leave your branch out and you'll be going back into that first one again to rejoin onto that main stem and create a new round that you'll be working. So I know it can sound very wordy in the pattern when you read it, but it's to avoid you having to make lots of small pieces like this and sew them on, because what you might be doing next is actually branching off on this side, and so you can create a really organic antler shape. So just to recap, I'm just going to do another branch so you can see it coming off the other side. So to begin with, again, my pattern will probably be telling me to put lots and lots of stitches into a couple of stitches, so I've got excess stitches to branch off. So say I'm going to do 6 again, I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 backwards from where I am, fold that over and come round to the right side, and then put my hook in the right side on that 6th stitch, double crochet into position, and then I'm off double crocheting the next branch. Your main stem would remain there, and that's where you would rejoin to then rework.